Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 226 of the Motocross Supercross podcast. Oakland is in the books. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm Adam, here with Claudio. What is up, Claudio?
Yes, sir. We do have a lot to talk about. We have all the news. We have all the crashes. We have all the drama that happened in this race.
Yeah, round 5 is in the books. We're starting to see how these points are starting to play off. So it's a very interesting time to look at this right before we head to the East Coast.
Yeah, we have Cameron McAdoo back from his injury that he suffered back in St. Louis, and he was looking very good at this race.
Yeah, he started off good. He definitely struggled, had some problems. It's good that another big name is back to throw into the mix, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to keep it together when you have a punctured lung. You know?
That's true. Well, in qualifying, the first we've seen of him, he was the 9th fastest time. He had a 101.8, and Dylan Ferrandis, he was your fastest lap timer again in this practice with 1 minute, 0.3. So Forkner, Justin Cooper, Michael Mosiman, they were up there, but lap times were actually pretty close all the way back to the top 15 guys. Let's jump into these 250 heats.
Yeah,
let's start with heat 1. We all had, we didn't have Justin Cooper in this one, but we did have, Forkner and Hartranft and Alex Martin and Michael Mosiman in this race.
Yeah, and Mosiman, he had the whole shot on this one, and it was a very clean whole shot, if you want to ask me. A very big gap between him and the rest of the pack. He looked very good from the beginning of the race. Austin Forkner, he was very quickly to take third place, and he started to put some pressure on Jacob Hayes, who also had a pretty good start on this one.
That's right. And when he did catch up to Mosiman, it was a pretty good battle between them two. Mosiman being the local guy, so he had the whole crowd on his side. And it was funny at the podium after this race. Is like, oh, he made some questionable moves. I made some questionable moves. And Mosiman was more psyched about it, but Forkner seemed kind of like annoyed and irritated about their whole little battle they had there.
I mean, he kind of started it, though, I want to say. Mosiman was looking way too comfortable in that first place, but Austin Forkner caught him. He put some questionable moves on him, and he ended up passing him for the lead. It was a pretty good little battle, though, between them two for this first heat of the night. It was, it was a great way to start the night.
Yeah, and it was super clean too. It looked like they were trying so hard not to make contact with each other. And they were trying so hard. So it was a good little clean battle there. They both could have taken each other out several points there in that race, but it was a good race. Austin Forkner was able to take the win of this one. Michael Mosiman did get second. Brandon Hartranft was third. Jacob Hayes was fourth. Alex Martin had his problems getting fifth. Martin Costello, Aaron Tanti, Michael Lieb, and Taliki Koga from Japan all go straight to the main in this race.
That's good. Yeah, very good job by them. And in the heat number 2, we had Justin Cooper, the kid, who we thought was going to get the whole shot, but it was going to be Mitchell Oldenburg still in it right at the last second with his teammate Luke Cloud in second place. Cameron McAdoo will come out in third, but not too bad for a comeback.
Yeah, not bad. And really good start of the race, as we said, for Luke Cloud and Mitchell Oldenburg. They looked really good out front there on that smooth track. They were saying the whoops weren't as big as usual, so it made it better for some of the non-factory guys to, be right up there with them.
They weren't as big and as long. It was a very short whoop section because it was right before the triple, and it definitely took a lot of riders definitely took advantage of this little fact. Another little fun fact about this race, Mitchell Oldenburg actually getting a ride with his team right now through Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
It was a little fun fact that Ricky and Ralph threw out there, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ralph, always there with the fun facts. Always got him. Luke Clout, he took out Justin Cooper in this race and put him to the LCQ. So that was pretty cool. Because his bike wouldn't start.
Yes, that's one of the highlights of this heat right here. Cloud and Oldenburg race or battle for a little bit, and Ferrandis also struggled a little bit to get up front. But at the end of the day, it was going to be Cameron McAdoo with the win on this one. Dylan Ferrandis will get second place. Mitchell Oldenburg in third. Luke Clout in fourth. Robbie Weichman, the privateer, in fifth. Derek Drake in sixth place. Carson Brown in seventh place. Mitchell Folk in eighth. And then Jay Wilson will take the last spot for the straight to the main event. And like you mentioned, Justin Cooper, the kid, will go down after battling out and not, having enough time to make a comeback.
Yeah, and he, seeing the points leader, red plate guy, going into the LCQ, that's always exciting. So they had a little interview with him, and yeah, he was pretty cool about it. And of course, he did exactly what you think he would do, just get the whole shot and dominate everybody.
The whole shot, it was no question whatsoever who was going to take it, and it was going to be the kid, Justin Cooper.
Killian Alberson, he was right there, and he hung with him for maybe like 3/4 of a lap or something. But yeah, Cooper, he was just on fire. He can't even compete with them. I think he won by 11 seconds.
Yeah, like 11 and a half, something like that. There wasn't a lot that happened in this LCQ besides the fact that Logan Carno worked himself from like 7th place all the way to 4th and got in the main.
So good ride by him on that team PRMX. So good ride by him making
PRMX team,
another main. So that takes us to the main event.
Yeah, the main event though, there was a different story, and we had the whole shot went to someone that we did not see the whole night, but we are very used to seeing him in this position. It was going to be Alex Martin.
That's right. He ran for a little bit, but yeah, he just started to fade in this one.
Well, I mean, there was no surprise there. He's riding a Suzuki. Again, nothing against those machines or the team. It's just, you can just tell the difference between your regular factory ride and then Alex Martin. He struggles. He's such a great rider, and it just hurts me to see him, struggle so much with this bike. Your championship contenders, though, they had a good start as well. The kid almost took the whole shot, but like we mentioned, Martin was going to take it. But just like that, Alex Martin struggled. He got passed by Austin Faulkner for the lead. He got passed by Ferrandis, who also took advantage of the disadvantage, I would say, for the second spot. Someone that also looked good throughout the night, but not looking so hot here, was the home race hero, Michael Mosman, who washes out in the turn after that first rhythm, and he almost gets runs over by Cameron McAdoo, and also another couple of affected riders were going to be Jacob Hayes and Mitchell Folk, which it's kind of unfortunate because they had a nice little battle and they were right there with each other.
Exactly. So Michael Mosman ended his night early, and Austin Faulkner, started his night strong in this main event because he got around Alex Martin. But the big story was Dylan Ferrandis. He was kind of up front, but could he catch up and reel in Austin Faulkner?
Yes. Up front, it was Faulkner. Then he was battling with Ferrandis for first place. Alex was, holding up the third spot. And it was Justin Cooper throwing the fastest lap when all this happened.
Yep.
With 5 minutes to go, though, Ferrandis put a great move on Faulkner for the lead. And some people were saying he needed to be careful because he was in probation after the whole Christian Craig incident. But first off, I don't think it was a dirty move.
No.
Okay? He definitely took advantage of the fact that Faulkner went up high on the turn. Ferrandis lined them up in the inside, and he took advantage of that lapper that separated them. And like Faulkner said, even said after the race, he was like, I had nowhere to go, so I had to go off the track. I think it was a clean pass by Ferrandis.
Yep, a great pass and just a great night for Dylan Ferrandis, last season's West Coast winner. So he did win this race. Austin Faulkner got second. Justin Cooper able to catch up to third. Alex Martin faded to fourth. Luke Clout, though, get some new names up here. doing so good. 5th place, Mitchell Oldenburg 6th, Derek Drake 7th, Brandon Hartdraft 8th. Not a great run for him after those podiums.
Absolutely not. But a lot of new names in this top 10, like Aaron Tanti, Martin Costello with a great finish to this race. In Carson Brown, his teammate, in 11th. Jacob Hayes, well, after the troubles that he went through, ended up managing to get 12th. Michael Lieb in 13th. Cameron McAdoo, 14th place for him.
Not great.
Robbie Weichman in 15th. Jay Wilson, 16th place. Mitchell Folk will get 17th. Taiki Koga will get 18th. Logan Carno, after, a great LCQ, got 19th. Lorenzo Camporese, in his first main event, getting the 20th place. Killian Alberson, also with a great LCQ, getting 21st. And then, like we mentioned earlier, Michael Mosman with the, DNF.
That's right. So, not a great first race back for Cameron McAdoo and his teammate Austin Faulkner getting passed by Ferrandis. So that's big for this points race because now Dylan Ferrandis is the points leader going into San Diego. He has 109 points. Justin Cooper's 2 points behind him. Austin Faulkner, 99 points. So Dylan Ferrandis up 10 points on Faulkner right now. Pretty exciting. So we'll see what happens in San Diego this week before we go East Coast. And that's the 250s. We're off to a decent start there. Hopefully we can keep the points closer and Ferrandis doesn't run away with it.
Yeah, we got one more race before their break, and Ferrandis managed to get his second win of the year. He gets the red play by 2 points. And yeah, Faulkner and the kid keeping him honest in the race for the championship, I guess. And it's looking good for San Diego.
Indeed it is. What do you say? We jump to the 450s now? A little more drama happening in this race.
Yes, but before, how many times did Faulkner touch his hat in the interview, though?
Yeah,
the podium interview?
He didn't know what to do with his hands.
I was like, what was it all about?
Nervous tick. He's just trying to get out of there.
That's how I felt, too. Like, I was like, okay, bud, just...
Well, you got to be
chill.
honest. This whole broadcast is just awful this season with the worst questions and just, it's just not great. But... Yeah, so I don't blame him.
But in the 450 class, though, we have Adam Cianciarulo, fastest time, big deal. He's done it again, 5 times in a row. Okay, we get it. You're fast for one lap. Can we be consistent, though? Can we be consistent? That's what we want from
exactly. Eli Tomac, his teammate, right there behind him. Cooper Webb, 3rd fastest time in qualifying. Blake Baggett, 4th fastest time in qualifying. Again, always in 4th. Jason Anderson 5th. Ken Roxon was 6th. Justin Hill was 7th. And going into this race, I got to say, I felt like Justin Hill, I knew something was going to happen with him this race because he's so fast, but it's so mental with him. I feel like he's got the worst mental state out of all the riders. Like, he's so fast, but just never can put it together, except maybe like 1 or 2 times a year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we saw it in Tampa, and we know where he's capable of, and he did it in a Suzuki, so he can definitely do something. But in this 450 heat number 1, we have Roxon getting the whole shot, and almost immediately, though, Eli Tomac will take the lead from him. But I guess it wouldn't be for too long because Eli gets a little wobbly, and Roxon will take it back from him. Blake Baggett, though, I feel like is the story of this heat right here because he was sitting in 3rd and keeping these 2 guys very honest right in front of him the whole time. He actually, at some point, I want to say that he even made a move on
he actually
Eli.
caught up to Eli Tomac, made a pass on him when his bike stalled, and then all 3 of those riders were so close in this heat, and it was just a good race between them. But Roxon...
Yeah, he even went for Roxon.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point,
Roxon, he looked like he wasn't feeling any pressure. He just made it look easy out there. And then, but we did see Blake Baggett. You said the story of this race. He tries to run it in on Eli right there. Right there at the end.
But, Eli Tomac, we know what he's capable of, and he takes the 2nd spot back from Baggett, and that's pretty much it for this race. I mean, it was going to be Ken Roxon for the 1st place, Eli Tomac 2nd, Blake Baggett in third. Malcolm Stewart, someone that we didn't really talk about, but he got fourth place. Zach Osborne, fifth. Vince Freese, sixth place. Tyler Bowers, seventh. Kyle Chisholm, eighth. And then Kyle Cunningham, ninth. Dean Wilson will run into some trouble here and will get the 10th spot right in front of the 7th.
That's right. So another big name in the LCQ of this night as well. Let's jump into heat number 2. We talked about Justin Hill, and this was like the Justin Hill show right here.
Yeah, this is a Justin Hill we expect to see.
Yeah, exactly. And he killed that whole shot, and he just dominated this entire race.
Yeah, there was also some yard sale happening at that start, too.
Jason Anderson obviously having some big problems.
Yeah, Breezy, dude. He kind of got off his lane, and you know, Jason Anderson trying to avoid him and ended up endoing into the turn. And
right on his face.
I feel like he got very lucky that he didn't get worse.
Right on his face. He went face into the ground. Yeah. So not a great start for Jason Anderson. Like, lucky for him, he was able to get it up and keep going and not have to go to the LCQ with his teammate Dean Wilson. So it could have been worse, but he made it through. Yeah. And then Adam Cianciarulo also had problems this race. He went down when Martin Davalos brake checked him. So we saw some big riders down early in this heat race. So.
Yeah, Cooper Webb will take advantage of the second spot over Plessinger, who was finally looking good, I want to say, or so we thought, because Barsha will come through, Brayton will go through, and they ended up passing him. I mean, he looked good for a little bit. Adam Plessinger, I feel like he's running through a lot of problems, but yeah, Jason Anderson, after going down, will actually manage to put himself out of the LCQ, and we'll get the 9th spot right here. Yeah, the story right here was Justin Barsha, bro, after pretty much almost going, getting to the finish line. Looks like his bike blew up or something. Motor problems.
It was smoking so bad. He knew it was bad. The motor was just completely fried, and he was just running as fast as he can back to the pit. They had to swap his motor out before the LCQ. And that doesn't leave them a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, I think they did it. They were talking about how Justin Brayton had to do it last year, and they did it in 15 minutes or something like that. But yeah, they managed to put it together and to get it going for the LCQ. But Justin Hill was going to get the win right here. Cooper Webb in second spot. Justin Brayton in third. Aaron Plessinger in fourth. Martin Davalos in fifth. Adam Cianciarulo in sixth. Jason Anderson ended up getting all the way to seventh. Ryan Brees in 8th, and then Joshua Cartwright will get 9th spot. Alex Raid just outside the bubble. Justin Barsha.
That's
LCQ,
right.
Baby.
So another big LCQ race coming up here in Oakland. When this one,
a lot of bad luck for this Yamaha guys.
That's right. And Dean Wilson in this race. So some big names. Justin Barsha. He did say that Yamaha team, they said it only took him 10 minutes to get that motor in. So.
Wow.
Good for them. So, Barsha and Wilson, the big names in this race, not the greatest starts. We actually had Juan Cross out front.
Yeah, from Spain.
But it did not take long for Barsha and Wilson to just jump out front and dominate everybody. We did see Alex Ray catch up to Claremont, who had some good battles with people and actually made a good pass on him. So, good job, Alex Ray, making it into the main behind Kate Ottenreith, Dean Wilson, and Justin Barsha. He beat Wilson by 8 seconds, and then Wilson beat third place by 9 seconds.
Yeah.
So leaves us to a good main event, and dude, this was a really good main event.
It was great.
I really enjoyed the racing in this one.
We didn't have the legend Chad Reed lined up this weekend, but we did have him in the booth, and it was quite funny because Ralph goes, "Hey Chad, so what's up?" And Chad's like, "Oh, everything is good, blah, blah, blah." He's like, no, for real. Health-wise, how are you? And Chad's like, "Oh, well, I got a couple of ribs, blah, blah, blah." He went through his whole list, and they were like, "Oh, damn, okay."
Yeah, so
I thought it was kind of funny.
It's funny, right before this race, I was thinking about Chad Reed, and I was like, Chad Reed, like, he's going to leave this season and then he's going to go do car racing. Like, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's going to be in the booth. Like, that's not going to be the next step in his career. And then this week, there he is in the booth. I was like, oh, well, maybe.
I can see it, though. He did good.
Yeah, he was good. He was definitely more chill than everybody else. And I think it's good to have 3 people in there because Ralph and Ricky just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about this broadcast because it could definitely be better. I'll just leave it at that. Let's just say that. It could definitely be better.
Well, let's just leave that. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. We got Adam Cincerulo, who's trying to break up that top 5 still. We have the legend Chad Reed calling it play-by-play, kind of like Tony Romo out there, He's just calling the plays, and he actually called it with Ken Roczen getting this whole shot, and he was not wrong.
Red plate Roczen.
Yeah, red plate Roczen so far. He will be followed by Eli. He will be followed by Adam. He will be followed by Cooper. He will be followed by Osborne, and then Hill as well, right there.
All the big names
out of the
right
start.
up there.
Yeah, just how we wanted to have it. Cooper Webb starts putting some pressure on Tomac, who was sitting in third, but he wasn't successful. Not with this Eli Tomac that we got going on here.
He caught up to Roczen and then made a mistake and then caught up to Roczen again. And then, he just made it happen. And he was definitely the faster guy in Oakland. And Roczen led the first 13 laps. But, it was the Eli Tomac show for the rest of those 8 laps. And he just dominated. He looked so good out there. The old Eli Tomac, the one who's trying to, catch up in these points and win a championship this year. So really good run by him.
Yeah.
And the other championship rider, the big drama of this race, the battle between Webb and Roczen.
Well, not really the battle between Webb and Roczen. It was Cooper Webb actually making up 9 seconds on the last 2 laps on Ken Roczen and being able to take second spot. A little deja vu from last year on the last turn type situation to get the second spot from Ken Roczen.
Exactly, and the former champion, Cooper Webb, this is the drama. This is what I was saying. This drama in this last corner right before the finish line. The champion, he's trying to make some points up. He hasn't had the greatest, start of the season. And he looked good. Like you said, he made that big comeback. And then this move he put on Ken Roczen kind of makes him a boss.
Oh, dude, he set him up just right. He was able to make the turn. I don't think it was anything dirty about it. There was, Ken Roczen ended up jumping a little bit farther out than he was supposed to. Cooper Webb managed to have a very smooth landing and was able to just cut the turn. I think it was a good move. Ken Roczen was complaining about his foot after the race, but
a little dramatic.
I think it was all a stunt, but he's clear for San Diego. So for all you Red Plate Roczen fans, he is clear. He'll be good to go.
Maybe it's because he listens to the show and he knows that if someone gets hurt, then we assume it's dirty. So he was trying to play it up like he got hurt. So Webb would get, disqualified or something. But we're onto your games, bro, because you had x-rays. They came back negative. And it didn't look that bad at all.
Yeah, this is a statement from Honda. They said Ken Roczen is ready to rock for San Diego. He had his right foot checked out on Monday following the Oakland Supercross and was given the green light that there was no serious damage. He's been doing therapy throughout the week to alleviate swelling and pain. He rode today and was feeling great. Let's keep the momentum going.
Yeah, unless he just hit it just right where it pinched his foot into the motor or something. Or, he was being maybe a little dramatic. That's the only 2 things.
That's what's the situation. I don't think there was anything bad about it. Even Cooper was right there, really, bro. Eli Tomac ended up getting the win on this one. Cooper Webb will get second spot. Ken Roczen will close your podium in third. Adam Cincerulo breaking that top 5 finally, getting 4th. Jason Anderson got 5th. Barsha 6th with a new motor. Dean Wilson 7th. Justin Hill 8th, Blake Baggett in 9th, Malcolm Stewart in 10th, Zach Osborne 11th, Aaron Plessinger 12th, Justin Britton 13th, Vince Freezy in 14th, Martin Davalos in 15th, Tyler Bowers in 16th, Chisholm in 17th, Alex Ray in 18th, Colin Collingham in 19th, Kate Honorith in 20th, Ryan Breath in 21st, and then Joshua Cartwright in 22nd
That's
spot.
right. So even though Ken Roczen had his problems there at the end, still a good weekend for him because he remains the points leader. He's got 113 points. He's 3 up on Eli Tomac. Justin Barcia sitting in third with 98. Anderson's actually in fourth. Cooper Webb's in fifth. AC's in sixth. Malcolm Stewart's in seventh. That's how those points look. And now I have to ask you a question because we did something a little unique with fantasy this year, and I want to know where I'm standing in that.
Well, I don't have the standings per se.
I got them because this fantasy league we did was where we all picked riders that you're not going to change for the whole season. So we can look at who's in the points right now and know who's doing good and who's doing bad. So first, I need to know the riders I picked because I don't even remember.
Okay, so yeah, that's the situation. So here's the rules of our fantasy that we made up. The fifth place is going to be double points.
Okay, so that's what makes it difficult.
So that's what makes it difficult. Well, in the Premier class only. So we have 3 450 class riders or Premier class riders. We have 2 250 West Coast, and then in Tampa, we're going to pick 2 250 East Coast riders to, I guess, fill up your team. Your riders are going to be...
I know I picked Adam Cincerulo. I know I did. And it seemed like
Your riders are actually Adam Cincerulo, Cooper Webb, and Malcolm Stewart for your 450 class.
That's awesome.
Then on the 250 class, you have Dylan Ferrandis and Michael Mosman for your West
All right,
Coast.
so at least I got Dylan Ferrandis, who's leading in the points, and Michael Mosman, geez, he's 10th in the points. So, yeah, I had terrible picks. I don't know why I wouldn't pick Roczen or Tomac.
Yeah, my picks are actually Ken Roczen, Cooper Webb, and Malcolm Stewart as well.
Yeah, but I remember when you asked me for these picks, like I felt rushed, and I didn't have time to think about it. So
You had to because you were the last one to pick. You weren't there when we picked them, so we needed to before you looked at anything. We needed them there. For my 250 riders, I actually have Justin Cooper and then Dylan Ferrandis.
Okay, so it's looking good for you then. Good job.
Kind of. One of our friends, he actually has Jason Anderson, and he's been getting a couple of. He has Jason Anderson and Zach Osborne, and he already got a couple of fifth places.
Oh wow.
So he's he's up there. He's like I want to say he's like 30 points in front of everyone right now. So
all right, well, we'll have to see how this plays out, and then maybe this is a game we can launch next year. That'd be cool. We'll have everyone put the money up, and then it's a big pot.
Wink.
Yeah, totally 100% legal. That is how the racing went down in Oakland. We talked about San Diego being next. This is the last West Coast race before this break. The track looks pretty cool. Lots of stuff going on in Petco Park in this stadium, baseball stadium. So what do you say we just make some predictions real quick of who we think is going to do good?
Okay, let's get it.
All right, well, let's start with the 250 class. We got Dylan Ferrandis leading the points, Justin Cooper, Forkner. It's hard. By the way, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how I picked it last week, how our podium was. Ferrandis, Forkner, Cooper. I don't know. I had them all three up there. I think we both had them all three up there because that is the main three riders in this class. It's hard to pick anyone else. So
that's true. Yeah.
For my picks in San Diego this week, I'm have to pick Forkner because I feel like Forkner has to make up some ground on Ferrandis right now. And just for the points, because I want him to be close, I'll pick Cooper to get second and then Ferrandis get third. See if we can bring these points a little closer before this break happening.
Okay. I think actually the kid is going to come out swinging and he's going to get the win next weekend in San Diego.
Justin Cooper. And second and third?
I'm going to go with Austin Forkner for second and then Ferrandis for third.
All right. There we go. So we both got those three up there. Let us know if you guys disagree, but let's move on to the 450 riders.
All right, 450, top five.
Top five. All right, so I already know I got to put the heavy hitters up front. That's how it's been happening. But fifth place, I'm going to go with Justin Brayton. We'll go fifth place because he's looked good.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm going to go with fifth place, Jason Anderson, actually.
Okay, that's a good choice there. Fourth place?
Fourth place, I am going to put... Let's go with Cincerulo.
Oh, wow, okay. Good choice, maybe. We'll see. I feel like he can do better. So my 4th place, I'm going with Blake Baggett, of course. Just the safe choice.
Okay. Okay. And what about third?
All right. And then I'm just going to tell you my 3, 2, 1. So I think it's going to be AC, Roxon, and Tomac. But I think Roxon will take the win. We'll go AC in 2nd and then Tomac in 3rd.
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to go Roxon in 3rd, Webb 2nd, and then Tomac in 1st.
Okay. All right. Well, I like those picks. And now it's time for Claudio's wild card pick. And this week, the wild card position is 8th place. So, Claudio, who do you think will get 8th place?
Wow, that's a tough position.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh,
so,
let's see.
Last week, Justin Hill got 8th. And 8th place in the points is Justin Brayton.
A lot of Justin. I'm going to go with Justin Bogle. For 8th place, my pick is going to go to our friend and A63 Mafia, Polk County boy,
Malcolm Stewart. There it is. All right. That's Claudio's wild card pick. Is there any other news we want to touch on? I know this Tickle, he might be trying to move to JGR.
Yes, there is speculations about, JGR trying to get a deal with Tickle, as he will be coming back for the Tampa Supercross. Nothing is confirmed, but he has been seen practicing and riding with JGR at JGR facility.
All right, so hopefully we see something happen there. I think that would be cool, but we're going to see it no matter what happens. February 15th in Tampa. Pretty excited for that. And is there anything else you want to add to this episode, Claudio?
Just make sure you guys follow us at MXSX Podcast on every freaking platform out there. And stay tuned. Tell your friends. Give us a great review. Help us grow so we can grow and we can help you guys out. And we can just keep bringing the best of the best.
Yeah. So we'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace.